I'm showing here the dramatic change in the Fed's balance sheet between April of '07 and April of 2011, the almost tripling of the size of it, but also change in the composition. And I'm showing this so that we can talk about this discussion about exit strategy. When people talk about exit strategy, they mean draining reserves, so they're worried about this number here, or sometimes they talk about selling off the asset portfolio. They're talking about the mortgage-backed securities and government-sponsored enterprise bonds, or the long-term Treasury notes and bonds here. Now, what I'm proposing in this post is that it might be more helpful to view this same transformation of the Fed from the point of view of its various risk exposure. And so, So what I'm doing here is to rewrite the Fed's balance sheet as if it were the same risk exposures that you could obtain by having an interest rate swap exposure here, a money market swap exposure here. By money market swap, I mean a long position in Treasury bills and a short position in currency or reserves, just like this up here. Okay, and the transformation that happened, as you can see, is there was a tremendous expansion in the interest rate swap exposure, a tremendous expansion in the money market swap exposure, and also this new thing, this credit default swap exposure, which is comprised of this exposure to risky mortgage-backed securities up here. And the reason I want to think about it in this way is so that we can think separately about liquidating each one of these things and wondering and doing them perhaps not in in a different order. So it's really meant just to clarify our draining reserves is what people mean usually here, but these other exposures are also worth attention by themselves.